Epic Mickey is one of those concepts that feels rare for a Disney property as iconic as Mickey Mouse. Diving into more than 80 years of Disney history, it places the animation legend into a story that's surprisingly complex, emotional, and considerably gloomy. The basic idea here is that Mickey Mouse is transported to the Wasteland, a haven for Walt Disney's forgotten creations. Mickey unwittingly endangers the entire realm by unleashing the dreaded Shadow Blot, and now it's up to him to set things right with a trusty magic paintbrush. Along the way, he'll meet a number of familiar and unfamiliar faces, including Oswald, one of Walt Disney's first creations. The story is easily the best part about this game, and dare I say it, one of the best stories found in a Wii game. The core concepts, character designs, and art style driving the game also rival even some of Nintendo's best efforts. So it makes it extra hard to say that Epic Mickey does not quite live up to its epic premise. For everything the game gets right with its story, style, and concept, a number of problems emerge with the control, camera, and fluidity. There is something truly great here being held back by fundamental flaws. First, the good. The art design of the game is just excellent. The main areas are like a twisted version of Disneyland. You'll see familiar sights like Sleeping Beauty's castle or Toontown, twisted to reflect this darker, paler world that Oswald and his friends inhabit. It's a very bold, unique look that will capture the imaginations of Disney fans and children alike, and its presence ensures that you won't tire of the world around you during this 15-hour adventure. Mickey himself looks awesome, helped along by some excellent animation. There's a certain retro feel that pervades the game, starting with the subject matter and character designs. You really feel like you've dropped into a world of the abandoned and discarded, and this sadness hangs over the game, driving you to attempt to restore some happiness. The cutscenes are particularly effective. Though some basic conversation is driven through the in-game engine, the vast majority of story is portrayed in a stylish, flat, 50s-era animated style that is not only very original for a video game, but incredibly expressive. Every emotion by the characters is captured flawlessly, and I challenge anyone not to be shocked at the compelling characterization and storytelling. Unfortunately, not everything is quite so charming in Epic Mickey. While the in-game graphics are generally good, the frame rate can noticeably and drastically drop in big environments or when several enemies enter the fray. As for the camera, let's save that one for now. Epic Mickey's gameplay could best be described as a merging of Banjo-Kazooie and The Legend of Zelda, with a healthy dose of choice and consequence mixed throughout. The core combat mechanics go back to Mickey's magical paintbrush. Using this brush, you can either bring things back into existence with paint or dissolve them with paint thinner. Not only will you use these abilities to solve puzzles, but you'll also use them in combat. A deceptively simple morality system drives how you play the game. Hitting the bad guys with paint will make them your friends and allies, while paint thinner will destroy them. This also extends to cool boss battles and innocent villager interactions where you can choose between more aggressive or friendlier solutions. Those simple choices can have some significant ripple effects, impacting rewards and how other characters react to you. Much like its art style and storyline, the key idea of choice is well designed and well executed. It's definitely worth noting that this deliberate simplicity will no doubt make this game more appealing for kids and families. In addition to combat and exploration areas, there are 2D platformer sequences. These short levels based on classic Disney shorts and movies bridge different major areas together. They're cool and unique, but also a little jarring. You'll be in Adventureland one moment, only to jump into some crazy cartoon from the 1940s, and then you're back off to another Adventureland area. The sequences are reasonably fun to play, but be prepared to play through some of them multiple times as you return to some locales again, and again, and again. A couple significant problems will stand out in short order. Movement and jumping aren't the most precise, making routine combat and platforming more than a little aggravating. However, the biggest problem is by far the game's camera. When left on its own, the camera just does whatever the heck it wants. It often picks terrible angles and gets stuck on objects. You can supposedly recenter it and adjust it, but these commands don't even always work. It's really annoying, and you are going to die numerous times because of it. Epic Mickey is a difficult game to review, mostly because its flaws will only become apparent to more experienced audiences. Kids are going to love the over-the-top characters and colorful implementation of choice and consequence. It's likely they won't even care about the numerous problems, which will drive more dedicated gamers up a wall. But for those of us who are kids at heart, the storyline, art style, and mechanics form a strong core for the game, one that can't be undone by a faulty camera or less than precise control scheme. As it stands, Epic Mickey is still a very strong effort for Wii gamers of all ages, and Disney fans in particular will be in heaven. For more on Epic Mickey, head over to IGN.com.